Live from downtown Baltimore, you're tapped in with Miss Ericka J. Now welcome our lovely host, Miss Ericka J.
Welcome to your Sunday night source for faith, inspiration, and entertainment. Welcome to Tapped In with Miss Ericka J. On today, we have a very power-packed show, y'all. I'm so excited. We have a legend in our midst, and I can't wait to introduce y'all to who he is as our special guest. But before we do that, we definitely want to introduce you guys to the segments that we'll have in the show. Our Untapped segment features our emerging artists. We'll sit down and have an amazing interview, and then on top of that, we're going to play a game, y'all. Y'all ready to play some games and win some prizes? Today, I want to introduce someone who's not just an artist, but he's a legend. And in addition, I've been able to call him my friend and my brother. Today, I just don't want him to co-host with me, but what he doesn't know is we're celebrating him and his contribution to gospel music. Everybody put your hands together and welcome Professor the Duke, James Hall. Y'all, this guy is so amazing. Y'all gotta give it up for him. It's imperative that we give people their flowers while they're still here. And James Hall is one who has contributed and deposited so much. Not just from a gospel music perspective, but James does so many things in the industry. He's classically trained, which y'all may or may not know. He's very much so classically trained. He's even an actor. Did y'all know that? James Hall has been featured in movies. And his songs are timeless. We will be singing God is in Control for years to come. We'll be singing God Wants a Yes for years to come. James, we're gonna sit down and talk about Professor James Hall. Stay tuned.
Welcome to La Familia Arts and Media Production Studio, where you can have your private event, business conference, live concerts, and so much more. Please follow us at lafamilia.media. Again, that's lafamilia.media. Follow us today.
Welcome back, y'all, to Tapped In with Miss Ericka J. And I'm sitting down with my friend and my brother, the incomparable Professor James Hall.
Thank you, Erica.
James, how does it feel to actually be a living legend? You are a living legend.
I don't feel I'm a legend. I feel like I'm like 15.
He looks 15, don't he, y'all? He
Okay.
has not aged.
You know, when I look back and see that Worship and Praise has been singing 34 years,
Ooh.
it doesn't even seem like it. It doesn't seem like it's been 34 years. So, you know, when people say you're a legend, I'd be like, really? And I say, dang, 34 years we've been doing this. And it's crazy. The funniest thing is when people walk up to me and they say, I grew up on your music, and they look like my grandfather. And I'd be going, you grew up on my music? I said, well, we must have grew up together.
Right.
You know, but it's amazing, and I'm not tired.
Y'all hear that?
I enjoy
He been running
what
for Jesus a long time, and he ain't tired yet.
No, I'm not tired yet.
See, A ball of energy. James, let's take our audience on a journey because it takes a lot to become what you have become. And that encompasses a lot. You started at a very young age. Take us on that journey.
Well, my start is in the home of Lula Mae Hall. I started playing the piano classically trained at 5. And I'm talking about hitting your knuckles with the ruler, reading Bach, Beethoven, and we did this all the way up. My mother died when I was 12, but that foundation to 12 was so strong. It's like unbelievable. Like everything that I've learned from 1 to 12 is still with me.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. And, you know, doing that all those years, so when my mom died, you know, I tried to stick with it. My siblings tried to keep me going with the classical training. I think I stopped maybe like at 15, 14, 15. And then I got really heavy into the gospel because I was playing at churches, you know. At that age, you know, you want to try to make your little change. And, you know, I was playing at churches making $25. You couldn't tell me I wasn't making.
Listen.
Making my 20. They was beating me over the head because I was playing like some of the adults.
Oh, absolutely.
And they was giving me $25.
And it shows today, like literally, the way that you sat under. Who were some of your influences?
Oh, man, I have so many. I would start with, so when my mom died, before my mom died, we was at a church, King Emmanuel Missionary Baptist Church. And we had a huge youth choir. It was like 60 of us. I had an ear from a little boy, so when we were singing, I used to be like, this don't sound like the record. And I was like, what's going on?
I think we all can attest to that.
I was like, we look nice in our robes. We got, dope moves when we were singing. We used to grand march down. We was like the best grand march choir you could see. But when we were singing, I used to be going, something is wrong.
Wow.
But I didn't know what it was. I just knew we didn't sound like the record. So
now, worship and praise is your choir. Yeah. You founded Worship and Praise.
Yes.
The award-winning Worship and Praise.
Yes.
When you talk about vocals, they are incomparable. You can put Worship and Praise vocally, whether it's 20 of them or 2 of them. The sound is the same. And I'm sure that comes from your ability to vocally train them to do so, because their range and longevity and stamina is out of this world.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And listen, God is in control. I think that's when everybody kind of found out who you were. Yeah, that was my breaking point. We had did our first project. Oh man, I always mess up these years. It was either 94 or 96. I think it was 96. And when I first of all, let me give you the story behind God is in Control. Bishop Carl C.E. Williams preached God's got it in control one Sunday morning, and God gave me the song, God is in Control. The following weeks, I used to get my friends together after church, and I say, come to my house. Y'all got to hear this song I wrote. So they came to my house. I'm playing God is in Control. They looking at me like this. I was like, y'all get it? They was like, James, that song is stupid. They was like, what we supposed to be just saying? God is in control. God is over and over. I was like, yeah. They was like, that's dumb. I said, and I was so discouraged. And I said, they left, and I was like, this song is not. After they left, I got built back up. I was like, this song is not dumb. I'm teaching it next week to the choir, and I taught it the first week. It got a little better. And then once we got the song, I said, we're going to do this for our anniversary. We sung God is in Control as the opening song. It was like a bomb dropped in that church. I love it. It
was like a bomb. And then after that, we started singing it all over Brooklyn, all over Queens, all over the tri-state area.
And Baltimore.
And Baltimore, definitely. And so that was like our song. Then we did the Bobby Jones show, and that was
it was curtains after that.
After we did Bobby Jones' show, we got our major record deal with Intersound Records. James Ballard, I'll never forget. He heard that song and he said, find that young man. And they gave us a major deal.
You just helped somebody. And I'm gonna tell you how you just helped somebody. Did y'all hear how he said that when he brought it to the choir, he was excited about it, but they weren't. But he did not give up. He did not allow that to frustrate him. He knew where that song would go because God blessed him with it.
Yeah.
Let that bless you, artists.
Yeah. It's a true
Up and
story.
coming and established.
True story.
We got to take a break, but we'll be back with more of Professor James Hall right here on Tapped In with Miss Ericka J. Welcome back to Tapped In with Miss Ericka J. And here's a part in our show where we talk about the culture. And today's culture topic is actually where choir music is today. Professor James Hall is one of the main people you think about when you think about choir music. Professor Hall, please tell us how important you think choir music is still relevant, because honestly, that's our foundation and just where we are now with choir music.
You just said it. It's our foundation. I try to tell these people today that don't have children's choir, that's what's wrong with our kids
That's
today.
where we started. The Sunshine Choir, the
That's when you got
Rosebuds.
your first discipline. You always had one mean choir director. Because you always, back in the day, I remember our choir director, Deborah Pritchard, she would be like, bring that little boy to rehearsal because they be so bad. Bring him to rehearsal. Because it's that thing about following a director, making them rock. Because, you know, these kids today don't have no rhythm.
They
You know
can't
why?
clap and rock at
They
the same
can't
time.
clap, they can't rock. And that's
It's
because
on the one.
they're not in no children's choir. And they don't know how to follow because you had to follow the director.
I totally agree.
And you grew up from that to get into the young adult choir and to the gospel chorus. You know, that's how we grew.
in the traveling choir.
That's what I'm saying. The radio choir, all that stuff, it starts with the youth. And so the breakdown is now churches don't have youth choirs. They're miming. They're on the praise team. I mean, the praise dance team. So it's like we're losing our culture because no one has stepped up to teach the children. And it's a bad thing. We got to do better.
Now we're tapping into the segment of our show where we have our live radio segment, WCUZ. And why is it WCUZ? Because I got my cousins, y'all, tuned in with us, bringing you what's happening in and throughout the gospel music industry, as well as in the choir stand.
Come on.
Welcome, my cousins, Ira Bell and Eric Waddell, WCUZ.
Hey everybody, I'm Ira Bell.
And I'm Eric Waddell.
Welcome to WCUZ. We're cousins, y'all.
Cousins.
This is a part of Tapped In where we transform radio into television. We talk about the latest in good gospel music and industry news.
Ira, we're always talking about others, but today I want to feature my choir,
Go for
the
it. Go
Abundant
for it.
Life
All right,
Singers.
Abundant Life, Abundant Life.
I'm so excited about this choir. We are 11 years old, and we are making great moves right here in the city of Baltimore,
Killing.
especially with Hour of Power.
Our power. That's your baby.
That's my baby. Every second Sunday, all around the city, we just go around singing gospel music, and I am excited about Our Power.
You sing good old gospel music. You
Old
take us
school.
all the way back.
Old school.
And you bring some of the pioneers of Baltimore
Of Baltimore.
to be a part of our power.
One thing about me is I love my city, and I'm very, very encouraged by the support that we get every
Amen.
second Sunday.
Amen.
And I'm so excited to have people like yourself, Ira,
Thank you.
who is a staple in the gospel community, especially as it relates to radio.
I do it for the good news. I do it for the good news.
All right. Give it up, y'all. Now it's time to test y'all music education
Oh, my.
and how y'all deal with lyrics. The name of the game is Tuned In. Our DJ Soul, is gonna play a few seconds of a record. Y'all are gonna finish it. If you can finish the record, you win a prize. Sound good?
Sounds good. Sounds good.
I think
And
we already
guess
got a
what?
winner in this audience.
We're gonna use Professor James Hall songs. I hope y'all know his songs. Don't make him mad.
It got mad quiet in here. Mad quiet. Like, whoa. Not those songs.
DJ Soul, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, whatever DJ Soul plays, get the lyrics together in your head. We're gonna call you up, you're gonna finish the song. All right? And Professor Hall is gonna give you your gift. All right?
All right.
DJ Soul, drop the beat. Come on up here. Come on, Richard. Give it up for Richard. DJ Soul,
Wait.
drop it again, and he gonna finish it.
Oh, the next part. That's on the drum.
Where your background
Is in control. I'm not singing. I gotta sing it.
No, you just gotta say the lyrics. You gotta say
get
the
the lyrics.
What matter of man is this that went? They obey.
Hey.
What matter of man is this that even the seas obey?
Hey.
The great one, for he created the heavens and the
Everybody,
earth.
God can do just what he wants.
He got
God can do just what he wants. I did that. I should probably win, huh? I did that.
You did that. Wait, you won.
Get your
Did you
prize,
win?
sir.
You won. You could go.
Give it up for Richard. Yay!
A brand new car. Yes.
Yes.
He got the keys to his cars right outside.
That was so much fun, y'all. Now that we've listened to some Professor James Hall classics, we're gonna now take you to his music video. God is in control. Today on our Untapped segment is a mentee of our celebrity co-host, Professor James Hall. Welcome to Tapped In, Tillery Changed.
Come on, put your hands together. Scripture says, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? Come on, say what? To gain the world and lose his soul. One more time, sing what? Next part says, you can have this whole world. You can have it. Say, I'll take Jesus. Come on. I'll take Jesus. Nothing else will do. I'll take We're gonna do that one more time. Everybody say. To gain the world and lose his soul. To gain the world. You can have this whole world. Come on, y'all, put your hands together. I'll take Jesus. Oh, I'll take Jesus. Hey. Nothing else will do. I'll take Jesus for mine. Yeah, I'll take Jesus. I'll take Jesus. I'll take Jesus. I'll take Jesus. Nothing else will do. I'll take Jesus for mine. Yeah. Come on, all the outros, get this part. Jesus, Jesus, I'll take it. Jesus, I'll take it for mine. Where are all the sopranos? I'll take Jesus for mine. All the tenors. You can have fortune and fame. You can have worldly acclaim. I'll take Jesus. Oh, I'll take Jesus for mine. You can have fortune and fame. You can have worldly acclaim. I'll take Jesus. Oh, I'll take Jesus for mine. You can have fortune and fame. You can have worldly acclaim. I'll take Jesus. Oh, I'll take Jesus. Y'all ready? Come on. Say, I'll take Jesus.
Wow, give it up again for Sean, Tillery, and Changed. And he is also, as y'all can see, a lead vocalist. I'm gonna bring Professor Hall down here with us, because I know it's like a proud parent moment, right?
Yes, I'm very proud of them. There's 4 of them up there.
And they sang, again, whether it's 4 or 40, the sound is still amazing, correct,
They
crowd?
were amazing.
All right.
Amazing.
So, Professor Hall, as we're wrapping up the show, for both of you, I want us to be able to leave something with our audience as well as our at-home viewers. Just inspire them, give them some inspiring words, especially our emerging artists who would need that kind of guidance and leadership from a legend's perspective as well as an emerging artist.
So who should start first, the emerging artist or the legend? You can start first. You
Grasshopper.
Well, I would say you have to do this because you love it. You may not always see the fruits of your labor right away, but stick with it. You may have hard times, may not be treated well all the time, but God sees what you're doing, and God will honor your sacrifices down. And as long as you keep on doing what you're doing for Him, and because you love what you do in that ministry, God will honor it.
That was
That's
great.
good. That's good.
That was great. He took some of my words already, but you have to love what you do. That's number one. But most important to me, be original. Be you. Don't try to copy anybody. If God give you something to do what God gave you and trust that. Because a lot of times you be like, well, everybody's not doing this. Because when we started doing what we was doing, people wasn't doing what we were doing. They was making fun of how we were singing. Now everybody's singing like we sing.
Everybody want to.
Yeah, they was be like, they got the Bible mouth, but now everybody's doing it. I didn't change from what they said we was dressing up too much. They said, where they going with them hats on? Girls don't sing in hats, and that's what they said to us. Now everybody's singing in hats. So what you doing may look weird to other people. Don't change it.
I want to take this opportunity to especially thank Sean Tillery and Change. Give it up for them again, y'all.
They were excellent.
And more specifically, I want y'all to make some crazy, crazy noise for my friend and brother, the professor, the Duke, Professor James Hall. Thank y'all for tuning in. Right here, where we celebrate the now and then. Till next week, stay tapped in. Hey. Stay tapped in.
Stay tapped in.
Stay tapped in.
Stay tapped in.
Stay tapped in. Hey!
Stay
Oh.
tapped. Hey.
Hey! Hey, I love it. Hey, y'all know we party here. Hey!